Alright everyone, welcome back to another review on my channel. This time I'll not be reviewing a figure, but rather Pink Floyd's new album, The Endless River. I managed to pick up the album, well, download it yesterday, and tomorrow I'm expecting the deluxe version, the boxed set for the deluxe version. I've listened to the album all the way through, and it's a very beautiful album, at least in my opinion. There are a lot of people that will say, "Oh, it's no Dark Side of the Moon, or it's no Wish You Were Here. I don't like it. Give me something better." But that's just the thing. It's not supposed to be that. I mean, it is their first album in 20 years, and what else do you want from Pink Floyd? David Gilmour even said, that, or, uh, I forget who said it actually. The Endless River is supposed to be more or less a continuation of some unproduced music in the Division Bell and things like that. Um, it's feature Richard Wright playing, um, but it feels like this album is something's been in the making for the last 20 years or so. Because looking on iTunes, I saw a couple videos and what have you that you could order with the album, and there are videos of recording sessions for the particular songs, and in the video is Richard Wright, but he and Nick Mason and David Gilmour, but they appear as they did in their 2005 reunion. So this may have been worked on a little bit more than, say, I guess up to about 1996 or so, from 94 to 96 and 2014. It feels like the time from when the Division Bell was released, what was still unproduced, went, into this 20-year in the making album. It's almost like the final cut, because at first, they The Wall came out in 1979. The film The Wall, that was produced by Roger Waters, came out a bit later, and there were some tracks in the film that were not on The Wall. And the final cut was originally going to be called, I believe, Spare Bricks, because it was going to be, other songs that were not present on the first album that were present in the film. And I feel like that's what the Endless River kind of is that it's some music that was still in the making, or they hadn't finished, from the Division Bell that they were going to add, but they added it to this. But why did they wait so long? That's the one thing I don't quite understand. Why take 20 years? Well, why take 20 years to release something? I'm not saying that it's been too long. I mean, they produced years and years of music. They started back in 1965. Are now ending in 2014. If they would have lasted another year, that would have been, 50 years. Well, I guess 50. Um, but the main way that I see it, I don't know if I've said this already, but it's an album, but it's not for everybody. If you're someone who prefers your classical staple albums of Pink Floyd, like The Wall, Dark Side, Wish You Were Here, Metal, Division Bell, Momentary Lapse of Reason, Final Cut, Collection of Great Dance Songs, Animals, and other things like that. This album isn't the same type of classic rock. It more captures the mystery that Pink Floyd had, that great mysterious sound that was kind of bone chilling at times. It was still enjoyable. It's more for your listeners that want something new. They want something different, or that Pink Floyd has done before, just on a larger scale. Um, about 99% of the album is all instrumental, aside from a part where Stephen Hawking's voice has been recorded for Talkin' Hawkin', which I love. I've been wanting an instrumental Pink Floyd album for a while, because they've produced wonderful instrumentals in the past, and I'm pleased with it. The one song that is sung is called "Louder Than Words," and that's a song that the album's pretty much building into throughout. The Endless River is some 50 odd minutes of, and it's split into four different songs and four different sides with about 4 to 6 parts each. They progressively build up to Louder Than Words, and each side itself is almost like a single. Say, the bleeding effect, with Dark Side. Any of the parts within that one side, each part bleeds into the next one within that side. Then a new side starts, and it still corresponds with the last one, but it introduces something a little bit newer or unexpected on some levels. Um, I'm trying to think of what else I was going to say. It's not a bad album by any means. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying earlier. Why wait 20 years for to release this? Part of me thinks it might have been because they wanted to introduce it to a newer generation, possibly, but everyone's minds are pretty much already messed up in my generation, as far as music goes, aside from the good people that like classic rock. Kidding. I'm not. Forget it. Forget what I said. Well, I just feel that they should have released it earlier. They waited too long. Unless it took, 20 years for Nick Mason and David finally say, hey, we found this audio from the Division Bell we never finished. Let's make it into an album. Which could have very much been the case, but I doubt it because Richard Wright contributed to it before his death, so they thought of it before. Quite clearly. I don't know. Um, all I can say is if you want to find out more, definitely check out, Wikipedia or something. Would I recommend this album? Yes. No matter your taste in music, I feel. Well, I mean, like, with what I said earlier, no, it's not an album for everybody, but it can be. Try to expand on your taste in music and do something fresher that has a hint of the past. And basically, just get it. I'm actually expecting the deluxe boxed version tomorrow, which I'm very pleased about. And I'll have more information on it because I think it comes with a whole documentary on the album. So if if you can get a chance, try to pick that up as well. In case this video hasn't really helped, I know I'm probably one of the first to review the album, other than posting videos of it, like of the each song. I'm gonna actually play a little bit of it for y'all. Should I go to a certain part? This is sound familiar? This has a modified intro of Shine On You Crazy Diamond Part 1, which I love. Because I love that song. Let's see if I can find where the riff comes in. It's really cool. Wait for it. There it is. I don't know why, but I just love that part so much. If you remember, that was actually in the audio sampler. I believe the first one. So if you can, go out and get the Endless River today, or off of iTunes. As far as my channel goes, be on lookouts for some other guitar videos and things. I'm gonna try to get a Stratocaster soon, because I really want one. And be on the lookout for covers and tutorials. And I have a crap ton of figure reviews I need to get caught up on. So you know what's going to happen. As always, keep collecting. May the Force be with you. Bye.